I know you guys have followed Tesla very closely. How real do you think this is?
I would put this at about 20% real. I'm sure they met. I completely believe the Chronicle report that they hung out. Elon Musk is super cool. I'd want to hang out with him, too. I wouldn't look into it that much more than that. We had a report this Monday that I think Apple has a product that Tesla could use. Every Tesla has a touchscreen in it. Every new car has a touchscreen in it. There's no standard for touchscreens. If Apple and Tesla were talking about working on a standard or putting, Apple's iOS in the Tesla, which I think would be great, I would totally believe that. And that is the most believable takeaway from the story. Otherwise, it's
because
just
that would do what? Like, you mean putting the iOS? You're saying running iOS in the Tesla cars would do what? I mean, how much?
It would give Tesla a better system than they have now. Anyone who uses a Tesla, even with all the new updates they've given to the car, the touchscreen still doesn't quite work the way that you want it to work. And Apple has been aggressive in the car space. They've worked with GM. They've worked with Mercedes. They're putting Siri, hands-free talking into the cars. They've done all of this lately, and that's all in the car space, and that's all entirely believable. As far as building a car, though, building a car is terrible, and I hope Apple doesn't do it. And if Apple does it, great. Go with Tesla. They've been around for 10 years.
That would be such a crazy departure for Apple, wouldn't it be?
I think it would be. And that's why everyone loves to buzz about this. It's like taking two things that people are buzzing about and putting them together, like Candy Crush and drones. Like, what about a drone that played Candy Crush? It would be really exciting, and I'm sure all the markets
would go, the possibilities.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great. But I have a hard time believing that Elon Musk would sell the company because Elon Musk is being cool. And being cool is owning a space company and owning a car company. And what would be his motivation for selling it if Toyota couldn't get the company and Mercedes couldn't get the company and they've both been interested?
Did they try? Is that confirmed?
No, it's not confirmed, but there have been rumors. They've certainly worked with it. Tesla bought basically the NUMMI plant in California from Toyota. If you get a RAV4 EV, it's basically
they have a partnership, Toyota
they do.
And Tesla.
As does Mercedes.
Well, okay, so, but, I mean, it wouldn't be, and as you say, perhaps it was just a meeting, that you had to just sort of throw around ideas, because you couldn't be a big tech company, you couldn't be an Apple or Google, and not maybe look at Tesla, not look at doing something with Tesla. Is that right?
Absolutely. I think a partnership makes a lot of sense. I mean, everyone who's in the tech space is trying to get in the car space. Google's in the car space. Obviously, Apple is trying to get into the car space. It makes perfect sense. Tesla's the most interesting and exciting and cool car company, and Apple's kind of still the most exciting and cool tech company. So it makes sense on a lot of ways. I just don't think, knowing the players involved, that it's something that, if it was happening, we would probably heard about it already.
Well, talk to me more about Elon Musk and his thinking. I mean, you know him quite a bit. Is he willing to sell? I mean, do you think he's ready for that?
If you look at Elon Musk's history of selling and creating companies, I think he would only sell Tesla if he thought he'd accomplished everything he wanted to accomplish, or he thought it wasn't possible to accomplish what he wanted to accomplish. And he hasn't built he has a new SUV that's not out yet. He hasn't built really a second model. He hasn't built an affordable car. That's the test for Tesla. Can they build a car that someone who doesn't regularly watch Bloomberg TV, that they can afford?
And well, that's been his goal ever since he started the company. So what is the latest on that? I mean, are they getting any closer to that? I know when he took us through his headquarters there in LA, he was very big on the Model X and the SUV and how it's for the soccer mom these days.
Right, but that's also a really expensive car. I mean, it's it's a little cheaper, but it's roughly in the Model S space. It's something that you buy if you can afford an expensive vehicle. It's something you buy instead of an Audi Q5 or a Mercedes. They haven't built something that you buy instead of a Ford Fusion or a Toyota Camry yet, and or really a BMW 3 Series. That's where they want to get. I still think they're probably 3 or 4 years away from that.
They're going to report their earnings, actually, this Wednesday, I believe. And I know you don't follow earnings by earnings of these companies, but what do you think people are going to be listening out for this time around from him?
That they maintain production capacity, that's the biggest thing, and that orders haven't dropped off. Obviously, for the last few years, the Tesla train has been running out of control, and the stock price has been great because there's all this pent-up demand. The Model S was supposed to come out a year and a half, 2 years before it actually did, so they've had all of this pent-up orders. Now that we've gone through a lot of the people who already wanted the car, are we going to still see that they're way behind on delivering cars? If they've caught up, that's probably not a good sign.